Have you ever been driving late at night, low on gas, when you spot a station, dimly lit, oddly quiet? What if that gas station wasn't just strange, but haunted? Tonight, we dive into three bone-chilling tales of haunted gas stations in New York that will make you think twice before your next midnight fuel stop. Grab your flashlight and buckle up, because these stories might just follow you home. And hey, don't say I didn't warn you. Our first story takes us to Willow's Rest, a gas station off Route 17, infamous among locals for its strange occurrences. It was a bitter January night when Leo, a long-haul trucker, pulled in for a routine stop. The station seemed off. Only one pump was operational, and a single dim light flickered above it. As Leo filled his tank, a woman appeared out of nowhere, standing just beyond the light's reach. She was thin, wearing a tattered coat, her hand raised slowly, hitchhiking. Feeling uneasy, Leo decided to ignore her and finish quickly. But the woman moved closer, her eyes hollow and her voice low. "Can you give me a ride?" she asked. Against his better judgment, he nodded, thinking she looked harmless. Moments into the drive, Leo felt something wrong. The air grew colder, and the radio crackled with static. Then the woman spoke again. "I never made it home, you know," she whispered. "They found my body right here, years ago." Leo slammed the brakes and turned to look at her. But the seat was empty. The truck's passenger door slowly creaked open, and there she was, standing us outside staring at him. He floored it, leaving her behind. But when he glanced in the rear-view mirror, her face was there, inches from his own. But the terror didn't end there. For days after, Leo's radio would switch to static at random moments, and he began seeing flashes of a woman's face in reflective surfaces. Mirrors, puddles, even the chrome of his truck, always her hollow eyes staring back. It became so unbearable that he avoided his usual routes, choosing instead to take longer detours. When Leo finally reached the next town, he reported the encounter to the local sheriff. The officer sighed and said, "You've met her. The woman from Willow's Rest. You're not the first. To this day, truckers avoid Route 17, especially at night. And some say if you stop there, you might still hear her faint voice asking, 'Can you give me a ride?' Maybe she's just mad no one's taking her to Starbucks instead. But seriously, do you want to be next?" Story 2 takes us to Queens, where Sam, a college student, worked the graveyard shift at a 24-hour gas station. One night, he was stocking shelves when the station bell chimed, but no car pulled in. Shrugging it off, Sam continued his work until he heard footsteps behind the counter. Turning around, he saw an older man in a station uniform, one that looked decades out of date. The man grinned and asked, "Need help with the pumps?" Sam, confused but trying to be polite, said he had everything under control. But the man didn't leave. Instead, he began whistling an eerie tune while staring at Sam. When Sam finally turned to confront him, the man was gone. Yet, his reflection lingered in the station's glass doors. Smiling, Sam bolted for the office, only to find an old photo pinned to the wall. The same man, labeled Employee of the Year 1973. Over the next few nights, Sam began hearing whispers as he worked. The faint whistling would return, growing louder every time he ignored it. Items in the store began moving on their own. Cans rolling off shelves, doors slamming shut. The final straw came when the station's power went out, and in the darkness, Sam saw the man's glowing eyes staring at him from the corner. Sam never worked another night shift again. Locals say the phantom attendant appears to remind workers of a fire that killed him decades ago. Rumor has it, he's still waiting for someone to fix his last mistake. And every so often, his whistling can still be heard on quiet nights. Feeling a little uneasy yet? Don't worry. Our next story will have you checking your rear-view mirror. Our final tale is perhaps the strangest. It's about Emily, a tourist passing through New York with her boyfriend. They stopped at a gas station just after midnight and never truly left. The station was eerily pristine. Too pristine. Emily went inside to pay, but when she returned to the car, her boyfriend was gone. Panicked, she searched everywhere, but the station clerk insisted she had arrived alone. Just as she was about to call the police, her boyfriend's voice called out from the darkness. Relieved, she ran toward him, only to find herself back at the pump, as if she'd never moved. The loop repeated. Every time she thought she escaped, she ended up right where she started. As Emily wandered the station, she began noticing strange details. The magazines on the shelves were all from the 1980s. The snacks were expired by decades. Even the clerk seemed off. His smile too wide, his movements too stiff. When she tried to confront him, he simply said, "They don't let anyone leave at night." Hours turned into what felt like days. The voices in the mist grew louder, taunting her, calling her name. At one point, she thought she saw her boyfriend standing in the shadows, but when she approached, it was her own reflection staring back at her, grinning. As the first rays of sunlight broke through the mist, Emily and her boyfriend reappeared in the car, driving away without remembering how they got there. They never spoke of the incident again, but Emily still avoids gas stations after dark. Some say the station still traps unlucky visitors, keeping them in its eternal midnight. Some roads are better left untraveled, and some gas stations should only be visited in daylight. So next time you're low on gas, maybe keep driving. After all, you never know who or what might be waiting. Subscribe for more terrifying tales. Sweet dreams, if you can.